What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Liar Game, episodes 13 and 14. So in these episodes, Kikuzawa uses a rule that whenever he guesses that there's money in the briefcase, as long as he guesses 100 million yen, he's guaranteed to basically win because you have to get at minimum whatever's in the briefcase. If you guess more, you still like succeed. And so he does well, but he keeps the method of how he figures out Yokiya's clever links to himself. And he's able to he says he basically exploited the gate control for everyone. And now, in order to prove that Yoko is not clairvoyant, smuggles a teddy bear in the briefcase. And when Yoko says it's empty, the teddy bears are there, so it proves that Yoko is not, clairvoyant. Yoko says that the liar game's about controlling others. And so, now at one point, Yukazawa claims to have a stomachache, so Ida loses 100 million to Yoko, but he could, acts as a substitute. And Akiyama realizes that Kikuzawa and Yoko have been communicating with each other to basically they've been conspiring to get money for themselves. And then so Akiyama tells whoever the next smugglers to do a different amount than what Kikuzawa had suggested. So then, Yoko guesses 91.11 million yen, which will be 91.12 million yen. So this game, Akiyama exposes Kikuzawa and Yoko. And then Kikuzawa, when he confesses to it, and he says that he knew Yoko from high school, and that Yoko basically controlled the school as the top delinquent. Basically, Yoko was some CEO's son transferred to his high school. He basically blackmailed these bullies and gave them money in order to basically be his underlings. So Yoko basically took over the school, and there was a very brutal ranking system. So how students were able to get higher ranks was by reporting on people who criticized Yoko, and basically or bribing someone of a higher rank. And Kikuzawa believes Yoko controls Night Country. And then Kikuzawa said that Yoko was able to convince him to try and take over Day Country. So the Day team, while them want to beat Kikuzawa, now convinces him to basically divide Kikuzawa's 209 million yen as a fine. And she explains, Yoko's plan was to get the team to self-destruct through infighting. So Yoko is not expecting. The day team takes the lead 1.651 billion yen compared to 19's 1.319 billion yen. Now, the day team starts smuggling, basically doing empty briefcases. They don't get much. And Akiyama warns that winning does not mean profit. So the cash they smuggle is taken from the opposing team's ATM. So winnings are based on whatever was smuggled. And then, so the day team smuggles cash. The night team get enough money to clear off their debts. Then the D team would be in debt. So Akiyama tells them they must choose between winning the game or making money. And yeah, so that's it for these episodes. See, I actually like these episodes. It was focused on the game. And now wasn't really like she was there, but since there were other characters, she wasn't like freaking annoying. So that really helped. And dude, Yokio is just a cool villain. So yeah, I thought these were good episodes. Looking forward to the next one. Blue Exorcist chapter 167. So in this chapter, so Ran and Yukio are fighting Astaroth. So yeah. So then you have then you have all this stuff with so then there's something with new bureaus not being able to come. Yeah. So so yeah, so then basically when this one female demon arrives, they help Astaroth. Yeah. So then yeah, so then Shimmy's aimed towards the heart, so she can't help Rin. And so and then basically yeah, so Ren's getting weaker. Astaroth says she use all his power, all gets sucked up. He says Maki no. Ren tells him to turn to his loyal zombie for Satan. So then the female demon like tries basically he's just fighting Yukio. So then and then Yukio's still able to shoot all her attacks. Then he's able to shoot her down. So she's like top down. But then like Astaroth like possesses Ren. And then like yeah. So you know Ren like spits out Astaroth. Then like Astaroth like starts crying and apologizes. Hayden swears to help Ren. And then Base talks off stuff from his past. And so and then basically then like yeah. He says Ren still turned out good despite all the crap he went through. He says he has the courage of that. But he offers to help Ren. Well, first he says he wants to die. Ren tells him don't die. He says don't do it again. Don't base we're not enemies. He says don't basically don't do that. And so Ren so the killer Rod Astaroth pledged himself to Ren's service. So they got Astaroth as an ally. So then you have, Angel fighting Lightning. And Lightning's trying to keep Angel away from Lucifer. So like, yeah. So they're still fighting. It's a brutal fight. And Lightning does a big attack, like the Indra Astra attack, and like see Angel coughing up blood. So yeah, that fight happened. So yeah, I thought it was a good chapter. Liked how they're so Astaroth is now on good guy's side. They're setting the stage for the final fight against Satan, dealing with the ceiling Satan, all that. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was a good chapter. Looking forward to the next one. The Answer to Prince's Furtive Grab for the Throne, Episode 1. So this is a new anime that started. So yeah, so basically in this, so you have so the main character is um, Arnold. He's the prince. He's one of the princes of the like of the Odressia Empire. So basically, the crown prince is dead. So there's a struggle amongst the princes about who's gonna be the next crown prince. And so basically everyone's at risk of assassination. So Arnold likes Aldler, who's the seventh prince. He pretends to be like an idiot. So basically he's called the leftover prince. So his twin brother is the eighth prince, Leonard. Basically he's considered to have all those good qualities, but Arnold's actually pretty strong. So he's secretly a SS rank adventurer named Silver. He hides his face with a mask and uses like ancient magic that is kind of taboo amongst royals. So Arnold doesn't want to be emperor. He wants to retire with a beautiful wife. And basically, if Leo's emperor, he could do that. So he works with his so he works like with his butler to deal with all that. And so basically, I guess you could kind of compare this to He-Man. So in He-Man, Prince Adam pretended to be a retard, but He-Man was like his superhero identity where he did stuff. Now, in this, you know, so Arnold covers his face. So you can understand how people wouldn't recognize him. Whereas in He-Man, since they look similar in the original show, probably confused a lot of people. Now in the O2 show, there was actual voice change, so that was different. So you could kind of say this is like a darker He-Man, in regards to how the main character is. And so the premise is now really interesting, more interesting than Session Battle in Hunter x Hunter. Just saying. I like the chapters of Hunter x Hunter. I do wish they hurry up with the freaking Secession Battle. Anyway, back to this show. So Silver, he does the quest. He learns that basically the so like the so he's trying to figure out which family. So most of the like nobles are supporting the the three elder princes. So the lower princes, they're kind of screwed. So he has his butler for a he asks like if there's any families that's not involved. So he learns the Kleinart family is not involved. Basically, their territory. He's like has the mission with monsters. So Arnold goes there. Now he's warned by his butler that the daughter of the Duke is, you know, he's warned to not get charmed by, you know, Sophie von Kleinart's looks. So he goes there. He sees Claire's son's guarding the room. The guy seems awake because he's gonna believe a big time venture like Silver would show up. So Silver leaves, but he sees Fine, and he's immediately charmed by her. So then he goes back as Arnold, basically gets onto the guy for um gets onto the Duke for not doing that. The Duke apologized. He offers his head. Arnold's like, yeah, I don't want your head or your son's head. He says, look, we'll apologize. So then Fine offers if like for her to be taken, and Arnold says he'll forgive them. He'll talk to Leo. He talk to Silver. He says he'll for the sense of to find Silver so that they can see if Silver will still do the quest. And Silver, so Arnold has a way to make it look like he and Silver are in the same place. So Arnold and Fine talk to Silver, and Silver agrees to the quest. He helps the local adventurers with the quest, and then when Silver returns, takes off his mask, Fine sees him as Arnold with the mask off, and that's how the episode ends. So she knows about what's going on. That's gonna be interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Because you have like in one of the generals who's been dead, seemingly assassinated. Like there's a lot of stuff about to go down. Like I've not read this manga. I've only seen this anime. This is honestly, this is pretty freaking good. Like, I actually really like this. So yeah, I thought it was a good episode. Looking forward to the next one. Avatar: The Last Airbender, live action, season 2. So yeah, so this very loosely adapts season 2 of the cartoon, which is one of the best seasons in television history. Like the cartoons, not this show. No. Anyway, so in this, so they're Aang, Katara, Sokka, they go to Masu, try to get Bumi to so they work with Suki to save these refugees from Mashu. So Aang tries to free Bumi, but Bumi refuses to be rescued, tells Aang to find another Earthbane teacher, tells him about like, basically so he can teach him how to the neutral, like basically like how to listen to the earth and all that. So, Aang, Katara, Suki, well, Sokka and the refugees go to, they end up at Serpent's Pass to somehow not next to Bossing say, whatever. So they go there, they subdue the Serpent's Pass. Katara teaches Aang how to heal the serpent. Why they do that, I don't know. I'd say they get away. Now Zuko and Iroh are in hiding. And so Iroh's content. Zuko blames Iroh for not, you know, standing up against Ozai. And basically he leaves Iroh. They of course the Fire Nation Azula has a plan to capture Ba Sing Se. Now Ozai assigns General V Dan Tran to lead the siege and tells Zula to get Zuko, who he says he's gonna pardon. And Zula's pissed, gets tightly and May to go with her, and has them fight each other for their loyalty to her. And so, Zuko saves a kid named Pim from, bandits. He stays with the family for a little bit. And, Aang, Katara, Sokka, they see the blind bandit, Toph, defeat her opponent, the Boulder, in an earth-bending wrestling match. And they're vying to beat the Bayfall family. So it's real the Bayfalls have been associates of the Avatar for generations. And Aang tries to get Toph to teach him earthbending. She keeps refusing. And so Aang's confronted by Zuko and Azula. Toph, help, Toph helps Aang, Katara, Sokka fight off Zuko and Azula. Iroh helps Zuko and Azula wounds Iroh. And Fia and Peen, who are Toph's parents, they witness it. Toph runs away from home to become Aang's earthbending teacher. And Toph's parents send a Boulder and see Shen to bring back Toph. Now, Iroh teaches Zuko, how to read red lightning, and then they board a ferry to Boston City, meet Jet, and so Toph starts teaching Aang Earthbane. They stop the Boulder and Ji Shen, so they reach Boston City. They meet Long Feng, who acts very nice, so Aang starts trusting Long Feng. And Sai, now Sokka and Suki left the city. Now Sokka and Suki are so Sokka's dealing with like Yue's death. And so Amina tells Katara about the Pale. So Katara does some like basically dressed like the Pale Lady, does like vigilante work to help people in Bossing Say. Longfang offers to help Aang meet the Earth King Kue. And then but he says Longfang says they got work to do it. Now Toph says they're all being worked because she's experienced with dealing with elites. And Toph, since her last name's Bayfall, a lot of nobles keep sending her marriage proposals for like sons of impotent families. Now, Sai's arrested. Like he disappears, a Daily captures him. And so now Jet tries to recruit Zuko to attack a camp of Fire Nation refugees. Now Zuko warns the camp's leader, Zhong Zhong, of Jet's attack, and Zuko is the Blue Spirit, Katara's family, defend the camp. And Iroh reforms a man trying to rob him, offers him a job at a tea shop, and he warns Danvers for his son's death. Now, Suki spies on Tran's camp but is captured by Azula. Tran's taken prisoner to Bossing, saved by Azula, Tylee, and Pai. Mei, who are disguised as Kyoshi warriors. So Sokka and Professor Z, who he had befriended, they search for the spirit library, and Katara convinces Jet to help. And so Azula lets herself get arrested to meet Wong Feng. So Aang, Sokka, Katara, Toph, Zay, and Jet enter the library. And they meet Wang Xingtong, who allows them to stay on the condition that they won't be used. The knowledge won't be used for violence. So Aang talks to Avatar Yang Chen. Toph meets Avatar Kyoshi. Tells her the day of Black Sun. So Sokka uses like Kyoshi's notes about the solar eclipse and the comet, to find when the next eclipse is. Zuko sees Aang meditating because Aang meditated to help them get into this, and Zuko spares him. Zay warns Wang Xingtong that the rule was broken. Wang Xingtong then kills Zay for harming the others, and then tries to kill everyone. Toph gets out of the library to keep the entrance open. But Appa's kidnapped by the Dai Li. Jet sacrifices himself to keep Wang Xingtong. To delay Wang Xingtong, Aang, Katara, and Sokka escape. Aang's pissed about Appa being captured, and Zuko has a fever from his inner turmoil, and he has like a nightmare. So he has like a happier mindset, goes on a date. So Iroh meets with Zhong Zhong and joins the White Lotus. So yeah, Zhong Zhong's such a freaking pussy in this. Like, he's not like he is a warrior. Like, yeah, he kind of doesn't want to fight, but you could tell the guy was a fighter. This show, he should like, there's nothing of like him being a fighter. Now Azula gets Long Fane to work with her, and so General Song like gets captured. Basically, is forced by Long Fane to work with him because he basically threatens her daughter. Song sneaks Aang. Now before that, Song sneaks Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Toph into the palace. Aang talks with Wu tries and tells him about the solar eclipse, so it's comet. Um, yeah, so and Kue seems to actually be aware of the war. He just doesn't want to deal with it. So unlike in the cartoon where he literally wasn't aware, Lawfane still interrupt him, and they tell Kue that Aang can't be trusted. And when Aang gets in the Avatar state where he's angry about Appa being kidnapped, and basically Katara's actions to Pain later exposed, size, you know, betrayal was discussed. Toph revealed Toph's family had sold, had made, built ships and stuff for the Fire Nation, which Sokka had learned. Because basically Toph was given blackmail about that. Toph wasn't aware. Sokka learned about it. Katara was pissed about it once that was revealed because basically there's like a whole argument. So the group splits up. Sokka's captured by Ty Lee. Katara is captured by the Dai Li. Now Toph reunites with their mother. Now Aang uses Earthbane to find Appa. So Zuko and Katara are captured near Lake Laogai. So they talk about their past. Now Toph's mother, drug, the Toph's drugged by her mother when she refuses to come home. She wakes up in a metal cage. So Toph learns teaches herself Earthbane and escapes. Azula kills the entire military leadership of Ba Sing Se and puts Tran in charge. Amida hides Aang from the Dai Li, tells him what happened to Katara. So Iroh works with Aang to help break Zuko and Katara out. They free Sokka, Sai, Katara, and Zuko. And Longfeng warns Aang about now Zula's taking over Ba Sing Se. Aang frees Appa. Toph arrives to help. And Zula, Zuko reconcile over the fact that they're pissed that their mother's dead. They fight Aang and Katara. Aang enters the Avatar stage, Zula strikes with lightning. Iroh helps Katara gain the safety and he surrenders. Fire Nation takes over Ba Sing Se, and Kue sees Appa fly. Aang and his friends wait for say. So Kue basically is a hostage where he's gonna die. Yeah, probably hostage if they're gonna do a live action or which they'll probably be more faithful to that show. So Katara uses the Spear Oasis water to bring back Aang, but he becomes unconscious again. Yeah, this was a bad show. It was bad. I'll straight up say it sucked. It freaking sucked. Like, I don't know who. Like, this season's so bad. The pacing's awful. The acting's terrible. Like, it's not faithful to the source material at all. It's just a terrible show. It's not as bad as the last Airbender movie. Gosh, that was bad. but it's still pretty bad. Like season one was probably better. I would say it's better, but that was not good either. This is just a terrible show. Waste of time. I don't know why in the world they're doing a third season. Besides, member berries. Like, gosh, it's freaking trash.
Well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.